Good morning. You listen to FortAI.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is Julian Dossche, the CEO of International Flooring Company. Julian, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing this morning?
Good, I'm good. I wanted to get a progress report on how things are going with International Flooring Company and the Canopy brand. First, a little background. Julian, you're a third-generation leader in the flooring industry. Your grandfather was Carl Buchart, as people know, led OU of America. And then your father, Pete Dossche, started U.S. Floors and brought Cortec to the U.S. Now you're a young CEO with a young family. Start with how's business?
Good. Yeah. Grew up in the flooring industry, so definitely in the blood. I've had some good mentors. Currently, my brother and I started IFC about 3 years ago now, and business has been a challenge. There's always opportunity amongst us, and so we are finding that opportunity. We've done that specifically with the brands that we have put into the marketplace. Kind of our flagship brand, Canopy, has been the main driver of that continued growth for us.
The demand, as we all know, is soft on the residential side. You guys feel like you're taking some share?
I believe so. With our brand promise and the integrity that we've brought to the marketplace, I believe our residential retail customer has leaned into that. When times are tough, and as you mentioned, demand is soft, we are seeing that. In fact, I was traveling out in the field last week, met with a number of retail partners of ours, and the main consensus was, retail walk-in, retail traffic is down. But every single one of them has said, making us realize we have to diversify our approach to the market, not just look at retail in general, but also look at Main Street commercial, builder, and other opportunities that are, still moving forward.
Talking about this Canopy brand, it was built around offering territorial exclusivity, digital lead generation, and protecting retailer margins. Which part of that proposition is proving most valuable to the retailer?
We are still seeing our limited distribution model with Canopy is driving success. We see a lot of cases where the retailer wants to have a quote-unquote private label type program, and Canopy is that for them. For the lead generation, the digital space, call it the Google SEO space, is ever evolving, and it's evolving very fast. Now with the introduction of some of the large AI tools, that's changing how people are searching. That's changing how people approach the digital space. So we are having to evolve that. We are making changes there, and recently we have seen our lead generation grow, where in the past it was, in full transparency, wasn't really working. But now with some changes that we have done and kind of kept up with what's going on in the AI space, we are seeing that lead generation coming back in a major way. So I would say, to answer your question, limited distribution element of it, and now with the lead generation change that we've made, we're seeing success in both for the retailer.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you're facing?
It's a crowded marketplace. Every sale counts for those retailers. Every sale is very precious. The biggest challenge we say is how do we make sure that we as IFC and as our brand Canopy continue to be the brand that the RSA wants to go to? How do you stand out? And how do you make sure you do it with the right quality products? And do it with competitive prices, but not dropping prices to a point where no one can make money. One of my dad's most important topic when he got into the World Floor Covering Hall of Fame, he spoke about profit not being a dirty word. And we truly believe that. We have to make money in this industry. And we have to, as an industry, continue to find ways where the whole chain can make money off this incredible product and incredible industry. That's been, for me, the biggest challenge as we see economic times being a little bit tougher. We're just going to stay strong and ensure that profitability is still the key to success for everybody in the chain.
We've done previous interviews, and in the past, you've identified that IFC has 4 customers: the retail owner, the RSA, the installer, and the end consumer. Which one do you think you're winning with right now?
Because we're brand new to the marketplace, we as a family are not brand new, but the brand itself, IFC and Canopy, are still relatively new to the market space. Our key focus at the moment is the retail owner, general manager, and the RSA, because they are still our key partners to drive, number one, our voice, our product into the communities and marketplaces that they operate in. So for us, our key focus today is ensuring that we focus on that retail partner. And one of the ways we do that is through that limited distribution model. Second way we do it is we, Kemp IFC as a company, we are not online. You cannot buy our products online, and we do that purely to ensure that retail partner, we can give them that brand promise that we're not just going to give you the ability to sell our product in your community, but you don't have the larger online retailers coming in with the same product and taking some of those very valuable sales that we're, are all scratching for during these tough economic times in our industry.
Let's talk a little bit deeper about that real quick. It's the retail owner that makes the decision to bring you in, to give you the showroom space. But it's the RSA that convinces the consumer to buy your product. And they're pretty powerful. I mean, they've got to like the rep that's calling on them, and they've got to love the product and know there's not going to be any issues with quality. So the RSA is pretty important as well, right?
Oh, the RSA is one of the most important. I mean, they're looking to make a livelihood. They are selling product to put food on their table and to provide for their families. And so for us, the key element there, number one, yes, we have to have the relationship, and we have to be able to stand in front of those RSAs and number one, teach them about us as a company, what we stand for, the mission that we're driving forward, but then more importantly, how our product can give them the comfort to sell to any consumer that walks into their door and drive the sale forward for them so that they, in the end, can make money off of it and provide for their livelihoods. You're right. The RSA is key to this whole process.
Last question is tariffs. So we're hearing that there's the temporary ones have expired, and now there's new 301 tariffs. How are you navigating that?
Yeah, it's been interesting. The supply chain world is not an easy one to navigate at the moment. As we all know, the Supreme Court shot down the IEEPA tariffs. Those tariffs were deemed illegal. Right when those were deemed illegal, we had a new set of tariffs under the Section 122, which pretty much put all products coming into the United States. There were some exceptions with different types of tariff codes and agreements that were in place, but for the most part, all products and flooring was part of that under Section 122, which put a 10% tariff in place. And that had a 150-day window. That window closed last week, and we are now seeing a new set of tariffs in place called Section 301. It's not a new type of tariff mechanism. We saw that actually getting implemented in 2018, purely against our Chinese counterparts. That was hit at a 25%. But today's tariff, for the most part, we are seeing at 12.5%. So in fact, our tariff structure increased by 2.5% over the last 2 weeks here. Navigating it is continuing to manage costs within our whole supply chain and trying to mitigate any cost pressures down to our partners, but also being extremely transparent to ensure that, everybody understands exactly where we stand, how we're going to move forward, and how we're going to continue to ensure that the overall chain, including the retail partner, can continue to make, wise and profitable decisions.
All right, Julian, well, I appreciate you spending time with our listeners and give us an update on what's been going on with International Flooring Company and the Canopy brand. Again, been talking to Julian Dossche, the CEO of IFC, and you've listened to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.